Hello, this is Gary Butterfield from the Watch Out for Fireballs podcast. Doing some Let's Plays that have been requested of us of lousy, presumably lousy NES games. So we're trying. This is an old one. It was requested a long time ago, but I forgot about it. Just bask in the screen for a minute though of this emulator UI. Like the symmetry of those Donkey Kongs is making this strangely kind of beautiful. Like I kind of want a huge 40-foot monitor of this. But anyway, we're trying some Astyanax. 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 Okay, voices come from the darkness. I have no experience with this game, so we're experiencing this blind together. Got some Animu cutscenes. Kind of looks a little like Phantasy Star 2. Maybe like Knee. Or Knee first. This guy, that old Navy like crew shirt, just I'm a Astyanax. All right, I'm bored. Skipping that. I like that font. These games have been having very nice title screens as far as that goes. So let's see. I don't even know what kind of game this is. So watch it be like a really excellent 30-hour JRPG, and I just get stuck. Woo! Yeah! Listen! My name is Cutie. Okay. I'm not gonna... Look at all this life down there. Oh, I think I do kinda know this. I know the song at least. Yeah, I remember this from Nintendo. This is supposed to be actually a pretty good game. Hard. Like, very balls hard, apparently. But, yeah. I don't like how the enemy reappeared. But that's okay. Big, nice sprite on this. Axe. Unusual weapon. I do not look like that anime character from the beginning. And, like, Metroid Beholder things fucking with me. This power... Ooh, I didn't press anything to do that, just so you know. This power meter on the axe is interesting. The fact that you have to, you have to time your shots as opposed to, you got a little bit of Mega Manning going on with the, well, that was cheap. Some Meat Boy-esque, like, shit platforming, falling. What does this music sound like? Da, da, da. Something like some NES theme. There's a lot going on the screen right now, and it is kind of hard to know what's doing anything. Like, things are blowing up. It's hard for me to know exactly. See? Oh. Astyanax. Again, like this, I can kind of tell there's like a seed of a good game in this. The platforming reminds me a little bit of ActRaiser 2, which, again, like seems like I'm saying a terrible thing about it, but I actually kind of like ActRaiser 2. I think I'm on the record as saying that. Like, it's not as good as ActRaiser 1. I would never suggest such a thing, but it's totally not bad. Okay, so at least the same thing can happen to the Skella friends that happened to me. Yeah, it's just I don't think I have the reach to get across to that guy. Alright, try this again. I like how whoever decorated this castle just has that one, Lisa Frank colored marker on velvet poster of a unicorn. That's just in the background over and over. Alright, here's the tough part. Well, that's kind of nice when you duck, you do a side swipe on your axe. I feel like this is the type of game, I'm not basing this on very much, but that if I was actually playing it, like, I would already be fucked because of how many times I've been hit. Fuck, man. The fact that those can hit you from behind is just nonsense. Okay, so if I look down in my lower left, I've got a fireball there. So maybe I have a spell. And I do have SP, which has to be spell points. So how do I use those? Probably select. Here, now we're thinking with portals. Let's, you know, let's see if I can get past that plant thing. I have no idea what any of these things are except for the skeletons. Like, what is that little grape monster? Is that like an animate bunch of grapes flying away? That's what it looks like to me. Skeletons, though, they make sense. Everything else, I do not know. Yeah, up and B. Alright. Cool. Pretty tastefully decorated castle we got here. Ooh, it's an axe symbol. What am I using now? That's weird. It's more powerful, though. I'm kind of running a little low on health here. I'll stop taking so many hits, but it's just really easier said than done. Like, this is not an easy game. I don't know if you're picking out, but it controls reasonably well. I don't like this enemy placement. It's kind of like an anti-Castlevania design. Like, everything does not feel intentional and perfect and, you know, well planned. It feels random and chaotic. I run low on health here. I do not like that. And I've used up all my spell points. Full health. Change bash or spell up. Up, down, change, up spell. Okay, I think I just upgraded my spear. Oh, fuck. What was that? A gigantic tumor just fell on me. Alright, I'm gonna give this one more shot. I feel like that's what Astyanax earns. I don't know if you I don't know what order I'm gonna upload these in, but if you watched the Dino Warriors episode, how do you in this game up as a kid? Like, this is kind of good. Colorful backgrounds, like, you know, I like axes, you know, always have. I mean, for my dwarfish heritage, I love me ale, but I can't stand elves, you know. Yeah, you know how that is. And, I like this guy's monster thighs. Just things should never... I know, so here's the thing in games. Don't have things come in from, like, an angle you can't hit. Like, when things come in from, like, the upper right at a 45-degree angle, that's always a recipe for shit. Like, the Medusas in Castlevania, you know, all of it, like, should just tell you that that's just a bad idea, you know? It's always frustrating. And, like, you know, Castlevania is a great game, don't get me wrong. Alright. Okay, I want to change my bash. I hit sword. Will this change me into a sword? Yeah, there we go. So that was kind of random. I'm not at the end of the level yet. So, I bet you all three of these weapons have different properties and stuff. Like, there's obviously a lot of depth here. You guys ever think that, like, in Watch Out for Fireballs, we just heap praise on things? I think we did, like, a bunch of good games in a row. Like, I'm doing those write-ups for Tearful Ghost. And the first couple games we did were really good. So I talk a lot of sugar about them, you know? What is this thing? I want that man. Okay. I had another little extra man. Okay, this is getting frustrating because I don't know how I'm going to get to the end of this level and still have enough health to make that boss fight plausible. Those Metroid things, those like flying hive things, those are definitely my least favorite enemy in this game. It's not because of these little bomb guys they drop, because those guys have rarely hit me. It's just because they hit me. It's so rare that games have the courage to make like things like run into you and not do damage. That happens sometimes. I'm always happy when that happens. Don't need to waste magic on him. You don't really move quick enough to make the dodging that you want to do. I'll switch back to an axe. Or not. To make the dodging that you need to do really plausible. I think you duck you to the side swipe. I like that. Sword versus sword. It's like Prince of Persia. Maybe it's like damage types, like Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition. I need a blunt weapon to attack that skeleton. Piercing weapons do 0 damage, and slashing weapons do 1 damage. I wanted to save some magic for this boss. Thinking that might be prudent. That was not a full life potion or anything. I can't use magic against this guy. They like clearly have magic left. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! Astyanax. I like the design of that thing though, that's pretty creepy. Anywho, so that's Astyanax. Yeah, I don't know. Like, too hard for me. I think we're both, Cole and I are both on the record, like, we don't like cool, hard games that much. Even though, on the record, his favorite game of 2011 was Dark Souls. But other than that, like, you know, hard games kind of turn me off in general. This game is a little too hard for me, so, Anyway, listen to Watch Out for Fireballs. Do not play Astyanax. Or actually play Astyanax and tell me if it gets, like, cooler. So, alright. Thanks. Have a good night, dudes.